Hi, welcome back to my channel, and this is a sound off on the Real Housewives of New Jersey. Whoo, child, this finale episode. I'm so glad that this is over. This is a mess. I'm not about to give a play-by-play of the entire episode. I just want to say that this is dumb. So Danielle going to tell Melissa about the rumor. Danielle, that was dumb. You like inserted yourself into something you just didn't need to insert yourself in. Like, that was so unnecessary. Uh, I don't know if the producers forced you to do that, encourage you to do that. I don't know what you was thinking about, but this wasn't the move. It's just, there are enough issues without people sticking their nose in their business. It was just like, girl, what was you thinking about? I don't know, Danielle. That wasn't the move. I definitely think Jennifer wanted her to say something about it at some point. I don't know. I don't think I care. I'm not one of those people that really believes that Melissa be out here thotting and bopping. Like, I don't think about Melissa like that, and I don't know if Melissa's really doing it, and I really don't even care if she's doing it. I really don't care about Melissa and Joe Gorga like that, but I don't know that I believe it. I think she got enough sense to know that if she did something like this, that she would be caught. So I don't know if I think that Melissa did it. Do I think that Margaret and her homegirl probably talked about it? I could believe that. I can definitely believe that. At the end of the day, I feel like this rumor about Melissa cheating on Joe is not salacious enough. It's not juicy enough. They've been talking about Melissa might be cheating on this man since the whole time she's been on this show. They even play around with it. Like, I don't care. I just don't. I don't know. I don't care. So back in season 10, when Teresa was still married to Joe Giudice, and Margaret, Jackie, and Melissa sat at a table to discuss these rumors about Teresa possibly cheating on Joe Giudice while he was being detained by ICE after he served his prison time. There was no big deal. Nobody cared. It wasn't like, oh my God, nobody was clutching their pearls. Nobody said how damaging that was to Teresa and her daughters. Nobody cared. It was like, they said it, whatever, right? Jackie was salivating at the mouth and she was drooling over, well, it looks like she might be. If it looks like a duck, it quack like a duck, right? And then for the very next season, for Teresa to get her lick back and say, well, we heard that Evan be doing things down to the gym, and now Jackie is besides herself. She's crying. She went the whole season without combing her hair, and it was just like, oh my God, Teresa is such a horrible person for spreading the rumor about Evan possibly cheating. And then the next season, season 12, Margaret to do the exact same thing to Jennifer, season 12, revealing that Bill cheated on Jennifer 10 years ago. It's like, that's what y'all do on this show. That is what y'all do on this show. I don't even, like, it is what it is. It really, truly is. I don't care. Just like they didn't care what they did to Jennifer and her children, I don't care about this rumor. For Melissa to say that she's known about it for 6 months, that Teresa and Louis called Joe Gorga over and told him about this rumor and how Teresa should have defended her and say, Melissa would never do that. Did you defend Teresa when Margaret was saying that Teresa was cheating on Joe Giudice? Or you said, oh no, she said that's her friend. Did you say that Teresa would never cheat on Joe Giudice? He's being detained by ICE and her family is hurting. You didn't say that. So pretty much all I have to say is that's what y'all do to each other on these shows. I no longer care who does what to whom, because for every bad thing that y'all can come up with about Teresa, Melissa and Joe Gorga have also done to Teresa. Every time y'all feel like, oh, well, Teresa didn't defend them, there have been moments where they didn't defend Teresa. Every time you say, well, Teresa said this and did this, there have been moments where Joe and Melissa have done things to Teresa and her children and her ex-husband. I do not care. I do not care. It is what it is. Melissa, if you've known about this for 6 months, then why were you sitting at the reunion boo-hoo crying, talking about you're not a part of the wedding? Why? I'm more your sister than those girls you just met last year when you claim that Teresa's trying to ruin your marriage. I don't care. Y'all have hijacked the show with y'all foolishness for far too long, and I no longer, I do not care. This is dumb. I will say this, though. I found it very hilarious, okay? I found it quite funny that during the whole exchange at the party, when Melissa started antagonizing Louis, both of y'all got on my nerves. But when Melissa started antagonizing Louis and Louis started to respond to Melissa, and then Joe Gorga jumps up and he gets mad. Of course, you're going to defend your wife. Great for you. But he says in the confessional how should he speak to a woman like that? How dare he speak to a woman like that? Joe Gorga, I know you fucking lying. You sat your little short ass at the reunion last season and told Jennifer that she deserves to be abused. And nobody said anything except for Big Frank. Big Frank was the only person to say, no, you going too far, you need to chill. He was the only person who spoke up on Jennifer's behalf. You sat in a room full of people and said on national television, and it was aired, you said that Jennifer deserved some type of abuse. You have antagonized this woman. You started with Jennifer. Everybody likes to start in the middle of the story of Jennifer calling him a bitch boy or a bitch girl, but he started with her. Jennifer and Melissa, they've been going back and forth for years. They've been going back and forth. And Melissa gets on Instagram and tries to be cute with Jennifer, and Jennifer got gorgeous with Melissa. And your little stupid ass jumped into two women arguing and going back and forth. So yeah, she called you a crook. Because that's what Good Morning America said you were. That's what several sources have said that you are. You came for her when she didn't send for you. So yeah, she called you a crook. And you couldn't leave it at that. You go to her home where she's hosting you guys, and your wife and her get into it again, and you jump in it. So yeah, she calls you a bitch boy or a bitch girl. She called you a bitch girl. That's what she called you, a bitch girl. And you couldn't take it. How dare Louis speak to a woman like that? Baby, did you forget that you hit Melissa while attempting to get violent with Joe and Teresa? Because I didn't forget, because it's all over Twitter. They keep showing that. You actually hit your wife while trying to get at Teresa and her husband. We ain't forget none of that. You have gotten aggressive and rude and loud and violent with your sister many a times. So for you to sit up there and talk about how dare Louis speak to Melissa, I don't even want to defend Louis because I don't even care for Louis like that. I think Louis is obnoxious. I think Louis is making things worse. We're going to put Louis to the side for a second. I don't even see it for Louis like that. But Joe Gorga, you tried it. I could not let you get away with saying that bullshit. And Louis, you ain't off the hook either. Louis, you fucking tried it. He is so annoying. He's so obnoxious. Teresa, I don't know how you do it, babe. I really don't. Like, he's annoying too. Because I feel like, he definitely does not help the situation. I really feel like Louis and Melissa are literally the same. The root of the issue is Joe doesn't like Teresa. Joe is jealous that his father gave a certain attention to Teresa. Melissa, girl, Melissa takes advantage of it, but Melissa really ain't the problem. She does take advantage of what's going on. She does exploit the situation, but I don't really feel like Melissa is the problem. And just like Louis is now exploiting the situation as well, but Louis is not the problem. The problem is Joe don't like Teresa. But I will say this, I cannot stand when a new person comes into a situation and has so much arrogance to think that they have all the answers and that they know how to fix things. And then when things don't go the way they thought it would go, then they decide they want to get all angry and huff and puff. And that's what Louis did. And Louis annoyed the fuck out of me on this episode as well. Because if Teresa told you, don't say nothing to my brother because I know the blame will come back on me, you should have listened to her. I don't care how much smarter you think you are than her. I don't care how enlightened you think you are. I don't care how much therapy you've received. I don't care who you think you are. This lady has lived her life for 50 years. She knows her family. She knows the situation. She has lived this. You can read all the textbooks and all the psychoanalyzing that you want to do. You're never going to be more of an expert on what this lady has experienced with these people more than her. You just can't. It's just like, I hate people who think like, I just can't. I cannot. Every time something happens, they always bring it back to Teresa. I cannot imagine that Teresa set this up. I feel like this was more Jennifer. I feel like Jennifer wanted Danielle to say something, but I don't feel like she set it up. I feel like she dropped the nugget in Danielle's ear, but I really don't feel like Teresa set this up. I just don't think she did. And honestly, if she did set it up, I don't even care anymore. I really, truly, I don't care. I don't care anymore. At the end of the day, y'all don't like each other. No amount of pressure from the fans, from the audience, from the people in y'all town, from anybody is going to change how these people feel about each other. They're not going to change how Melissa feels. They're not going to change how Teresa feels. At this point, let's just put a nail in it and bury this situation. If y'all want to continue to fight behind the scenes, great. Take us out the group chat. We are done with this. This has gone on for far too long. I'm so glad they're putting this whole thing on pause. Hopefully, they come back next season with some solutions. Not that I don't even care if they don't figure out their family situation. I just don't want to hear about it no more. That's just where I'm at with it. Like, can we be done with this? Like, we've been beating a dead horse for 11 years and we just tired. I don't got nothing else to give to this. Like, it took me all day to watch this damn episode, to be real honest. Like, I kept pausing it and then going back to it and then going back. Like, it literally took me all day to finish watching the episode because I'm tired of the foolishness. I'm tired of it. At the end of the day, just set us free, release us from these people, family drama. We got our own families in real life, okay? This is not what reality TV is supposed to be. It's supposed to be an escape. We are done with this. Like, this season, I already knew it was going to be a mess. I already knew. We need something new. Bring something new to the table. But while I have you guys, y'all know that Andy did a new book called Daddy Diaries, I think. And there is a part in the book where he says how after his ET interview, when he said that the BravoCon hotel lobby fight between Jennifer and the Gorgas, he called it gross. And he said Melissa sent him a 1,000-word text, and he told her that he was disengaging from their hotel lobby fight. He took an Ambien and went to bed. And I found that comical because I think Andy was just trying to clean up his own part. I think he was trying to make himself look better because, let's be real, you took their side. You were on their side. And then when you found out the full story, you felt embarrassed and you wanted to clean it up. Andy, you ain't slick. You ain't slick. Like, maybe you tired of him too. I don't know if he's even tired of him. I really don't even think he's tired of him. Because he said he wanted to bring Caroline back to the show so that she can escort Teresa off the show. I don't know. But anyways, I already told y'all how I feel about Louis, but I am excited to see this wedding because it's like, you know what? At the end of the day, like, nothing is promised, okay? Nothing lasts forever. If Teresa's gonna be happy with Louis, let Teresa be happy with Louis. It might last 5 years, it might last 10, it might last however. All these other couples that seem like they were perfect are getting divorced. After Eva and Mike got divorced, after Eva and Mike filed for divorce, Kim and Croy have filed for divorce. Mike and Cynthia have. It's just like, look, weddings, getting married is a gamble that you take. Okay, it's a risk that you take. It might work out. It might not work out. It's up to you. If Teresa says she happy, uswana mi on day. At this point, I'm ready to see the wedding. The wedding looked like it was like, Teresa, why you didn't invite me to the wedding? After seeing the preview for the wedding, I wish I could have been invited to the wedding. The wedding looked like it was, they spent a pretty coin. I mean, I knew it was going to be over the top, but this looks really, like, this is the type of shit that I like to do. Okay, I like to get dressed up and go to such events. Like, Teresa, why didn't you invite me to the wedding? I mean, you could have given me you could have given me Melissa's ticket. You could have given me Melissa's invite. I mean, I'm just saying. But yeah, I guess I'll be back next week to tell y'all about this wedding, because at least I know we're going to talk a little bit about Joe not being there. Ciao. That's all I got to say. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Thanks for watching.